Thanks for clicking on the video. This is Tennis in a Minute. I'm your host, Good Energy, and we're looking at the second half of the first round draw. Masarova taking on Coco Gauff. Now, Coco, look, she beat Masarova for the title earlier this year. Coco's also a junior French Open champion, and she's also the runner-up at last year's tournament where she lost to Iga Swiatek. We're going to take Coco to win this match on the money line. Coco plays well here. This is a match I don't think it's going to be that easy, but it's not going to be a cakewalk. But it's a match Coco should win, and Coco always comes out very fast in the first sets. So she should start off well, and she just needs to hold up, not get too confident. She loses a lot of matches against top tier opponents by coming out to this fast start and then just kind of letting her foot off the gas. As long as she doesn't do that here, she'll win this match probably in straight sets. And Helena Kalinina taking on Diane Perry. Look, Diane Perry's come through qualifiers. The crowd's going to be backing her. We saw her last year with a huge win over Barbora Kachikova, and we saw Sloane Stevens put an end to that. Listen, guys, Ann Helena's a huge favorite. That's what happens when you make, master finals. But I don't think she's that healthy. We're going to take Diane Perry, huge favorite, plus 6.5 games. Diane Perry might even win the match. That's a pick. Rebecca Peterson versus Fiona Farrell. Now listen, guys, this video here, this is going to be the underdog spread video. Rebecca Peterson, she has only played one clay match this season. For the last 45 days, she's only played one match, and that was the only clay match, which she lost to Bronzetti. She looked For someone that didn't play in 45 days, I think she looked okay, but she made a lot of mistakes. And she's playing Fiona Farrell, who's coming through qualifiers, who's red hot. The crowd's going to be backing her. And I'll be honest, I think Fiona plays her best tennis here in France at the French Open, to be honest with you. This is a match where Fiona's getting a lot of free games. I'll take the 5.5 free games on Fiona Farrell. Farrell might win the set. She might win the match. Mara Andreeva taking on Allison Riss. Now listen, Mara Andreeva, she's hot. Let's face it, right? We saw her take out Beatrice Haddad, Leylah Fernandez. She literally took out Magdalena Net and she broke Sabalenka multiple times. Allison Riss has not played in nearly 3 months. She hasn't played since what, the Indian Wells. She hasn't yet to play a clay match. If she was active playing tennis, she would beat Mira Andreeva. Because Allison Riss is a veteran, she's experienced, but this is pretty interesting though. Mira has a lot of clay wins, and Allison Riss has, look, she's been on tour for what, maybe 15 years, and Mira Andreeva has won literally more clay matches the last 2 seasons than, look, it really compares to what Allison Riss has done 15 years on clay. Mira is a workhorse, and a lot of people are backing her to win this match. She's a huge favorite. She's a 14-1 favorite. We saw what happens to the veterans when they don't have a chance to, get adjusted to the court. We saw Petra Kvitova loses today. We saw Belinda Bencic loses today. This is a match Mira should win. Um, but to be honest with you, I've watched Mira play. She's a good clay player. She's really strong, but she's pretty basic. She uses a simple wide serve and volley, and it's effective. Now, I don't want to say it's simple because serve and volley is effective. It's old school tennis, stretches the court wide, and she's so powerful. She comes down the line. So it's like any coach or scout, you can see what Mira wants to do. Now, playing a veteran like Allison Riss, if she's in shape, she should be able to win games and make adjustments. But the reality here is Allison Riss is risky. She's lost 9 of her last 10. She's not in form, and there's something going on there. But I will take Allison Riss plus 7.5 games. Yeah, that's pretty much because she's a 14-1 favorite. 7.5 games is like it's like free practically. So that's we're going to take Allison Riss 7.5 games. That means Allison Riss will need to win 5 service games. Can she win 5 service games? Now she's lost 9 of her last 10, but we have to take a look, out of her last 5 losses, she has 1 set, so they have been competitive. So she's winning at least minimum 6 games, um, going back the last 4 or 5 matches. So she is at least winning a set. Can she win a set off Mara Andreeva? She's going to have to work for it, but that's the pick, +7.5. And the fans think Mara Andreeva is just going to blow Allison Riss off the court. She probably will. Allison Riss hasn't played, but we'll take the free games. Noskova and Danka Kovinic. Now listen, guys, this is going to be a good match. Lena Noskova, she started the season really good at the Adelaide International, but she's more of a hard player. Danka Kovinic has like 10 times the clay experience. Danka has beat some amazing clay players the last 2 months, and she's won 8 of her last 10 matches. So Linda's a huge favorite. We're going to take the free games with Danka Kovinic. What can we get? 6 games? 6 free games. Danka Kovinic. That's the pick. Stay tuned for more tennis coverage and more